Hello, hello.
Hey KK, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good.
That's good to hear. So, last time we were talking about punish game optimizations, and I've played you a bit, so I have my opinion about how it's going, but how do you find it's going?
I have been really I think it's been really useful. I've been definitely there were Falcos who I versed before we had the lesson, and I was losing a little, like slightly losing or like just barely going even, and I ended up versing them later and taking a majority of the games or straight up just winning every game. So that's been good.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What about other matchups? Because,
yeah.
it's not like this is just, like, a Falco thing we looked at. Like, it's...
No, no, no. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't versed as many foxes as I ever since we hit the Falco on unranked. It's been mostly Falcos, but I see how it's applicable to Fox still, of course, because most of the same combo routes off of things that we talked about uh, work out. Dash attack's been doing really well for tech chasing. The only thing that theoretically dash attack would be a better option for tech in place if they're close to you, because it's a seven frame option. But I've been actually having trouble hitting tech in place if they tech close to me with it, because the hitbox that comes out on frame 7 is above Link, so it tends to miss. I seem to find most of the time, so I need to work on that a little bit.
Yeah, so, like, there's two things I think that could be going on there. First thing I'd comment is that dash attacks are sometimes a little bit misleading with their frame data. The reason I say that is, while it is true that they hit on like frame on like frame whatever it says, you also have to keep in mind that there's a buffer required for them. In that if you dash attack on the first 3 frames of like an action, you're going to wind up forward smashing. So what I was
Oh,
yeah, so
yeah.
what I'd say here is like we have Link's dash attack here, right? So like before this whole thing plays out, there's another 4 frames of dash that's going on. So that can be a factor. Now, I do think that like hitting on frame 8, especially with like how with this hitbox size, I think that's perfectly reasonable. And the cool thing here is you can plan around that that hidden startup time because it's set, right? So if the opponent's like landing near you, you could like, and I think it counts smash turn as one of the like requisite frames. So you could like, you could potentially dash dance in place, like set up like that is part of why characters like Sheik and Peach do their dash dances close by to enemies sometimes when they like land near them. If they want to go for the dash attack, it's because it kind of primes that option by like having an action in place that's addressing the wind-up time.
Yeah, that makes sense. It also now starts to make a lot more sense as to why I can easily get it for tech rolls rather than other things that will force you to dash first before doing the so that you're already into it, so you don't get that smash attack instead.
Yeah, precisely. So like it's just like what we have here is we have like we have form and function, right? So I think like one small adjustment that you could probably make with your own gameplay, like would simply be to yeah, like if we're gonna go for dash attack, maybe we like try to set ourselves up better for it by like dashing as the opponent's hitting the ground, so it takes care of that initial like wind up time. Or slightly before they hit the ground, like something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also gives me a concrete reason, because I could never find a very good reason for Link to dash dance, because his dash dance is not very scary in particular, but this does give me a concrete reason as to why I could dash dance, I suppose.
Yeah,
To
like if you
cover the
want,
tech. Yeah.
or like I mean, like again, it's a pretty high hitbox too. Like it's pretty like high above him and in front of him. So maybe there's applications versus like Marth, for example, right? If he's like short hopping around a fair, because like trying to dash dance grab those is like probably not like a very good idea. But like Link is heavy. If he gets hit by like an early fair or something because he's predicting late fair, if you hold down while doing it, it's probably not the end of the world. But like it gives you something to fight back at mid percent. Yeah, like I think that there's like I think it looks like a pretty good move. Like it's a move that I never really thought about all that much, but the more I see it, it's like, oh, this is pretty good. It's like
It's
at least
not.
okay.
I was always surprised how people considered Link's dash. Well, they never underplayed it per se, but I think it's actually a pretty decent move. It combos into itself. It combos into Dare. It
Almost
covers
to up tilt,
tech
yeah.
rolls. Yeah, so it's like not horrible. It's relatively fast. It's for the range it has. So it's pretty useful. I've been finding a lot more uses for it ever since doing the tech chasing with it.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I'll come clean. I definitely downplayed it. I thought it was bad. But I think that, like, really, it's just I played Sheik, and if you happen to do it against her shield, like, you just die, so... Like,
Yeah, yeah. And like the thing about, when you're talking about Link or any low tier is everything's contextual, right? When I say something is good for Link, that does not mean it is good in the grand scheme of Melee.
I mean,
So
I think it's like one of the better. Honestly, I would not be surprised if it was one of the better dash attacks. Because like one of the frustrations I always had with playing Sheik was just like, and her dash attack's amazing. It's like one of the top five dash attacks in the game, easy.
Oh yeah.
But like it doesn't have much of a hitbox. Like, it's fast, and it beats things kind of the way that Pikachu's Nair beats things, in that it just gets in your face really quickly, because it's attached to, like, a character with incredible burst speed. But in terms of its ability to actually contest somebody, like, say, Marth, who's just jumping around with Fairs defensively, it really doesn't have any, like, ability to hit him in the air there.
Yeah, fair enough.
Link's actually kind of does. So that utility combined with like it being a launcher, it's not bad. Like the low knockback is a bit of a buzzkill, but like the other perks are real perks, and I think that like that's one of the benefits of of revisiting moves in this way. Yeah, like you get to kind of appreciate them for the spots they are good in sometimes.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. And I appreciate the low knockback simply because it makes Dare usable.
True.
So
it's not all bad, yeah. Like, because if it had like Peach knockback, like Peach dash attack knockback, like sure it'd be great at early percents, but like it wouldn't have that end game utility. And Link kind of has problems with end game utility sometimes, like and like closing sometimes. So yeah, no, I can totally see how it fills a niche there. So with that all in mind, what parts of your game and what are their characters like? I think that like exploring punishment has generally been quite good. Is that something you want to continue maybe against a different weight class, or do you want to like play it by ear? Is there other things you've noticed? Like, what are your thoughts right now?
I actually did have some things that I noticed as I was trying to implement most of the things that we were talking about.
Sure.
Versing Sheik. I mean, Sheik is going to be a bad matchup regardless, but I had some games recently where every game was super close, but I just couldn't clutch it out. It was always like last stock, they were at 98%, and just, there were situations where I think I just couldn't punish Sheik as well as I should. And part of that could be I tend to go for the guaranteed options. I was going for the guaranteed options sometimes still, but I noticed whenever I was trying to do up throws, because I remember, I know we talked about doing up throws in Falco, and even other links say you should up throw Sheik because that puts her in a state to be juggled, which is supposed to be good. But I can't, there's something about it, I just can't. And if I have an SLP, actually, we can watch if you're down. And
of course I'm down. This is your time. Like, absolutely.
Yeah. There's a situation where I do up throw, I get two up airs, and I feel like I should have gotten more, but there's just something about Sheik, and I find I'm able to wait for Falco's double jump, and I almost feel like he doesn't aerial drift as far. I'm not sure. But like I feel like when Falco does his double jump, I know the trajectory where he's going to be coming down, or same with Fox, and I'm able to sort of do that, get there pretty easily, and do more up airs. But with Sheik, I just seem to, I just miss. I miss all the time. Or I shoot too quickly, and I just do an up tilt, and or not up tilt, do an up air, and they double jump right away. So I don't know what it is, but let me get that SLP file.
Yeah. So in the meantime, let me see here. Do they have? Let's see. Airspeed. There we go.
I could be totally wrong about the airspeed. It could be in my head.
No. I think you're right, because I think that like, let me just double check airspeed ranking. Yeah, so like I've got the airspeed ranking from Smash Wiki on my screen. Let me share that.
Yeah.
So NTSC. I mean, they're all kind of clustered in the bottom here. So I think what you're probably noticing, because you said it's the double jumps?
Yes, the double jumps.
Gotcha. So I think it's not so much the airspeed, but it's like like they're close in airspeed. Like Sheik and the Spaceys are pretty like similar in that regard. But I think what it is that like her like because her fall speed is slower, I would imagine that it probably feels like she's drifting faster than them or drifting more than them because she has more hang time to work with, right?
That makes sense, yeah.
So it's like a different set of physics. But like the point is, like nitpicking aside, it's still like a weird set of physics that she's basically making you work with. And as a result, we're like not fully understanding what we're supposed to be doing against her weird ass physics. And like that's, to me, that's pretty understandable. With that said, let's open this game and we'll take a look at and see what we can do. Let me just get everything on my screen and we'll all share again. There we go.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Here we are.
So, talk to me. Like what I'm seeing here, bomb, okay. So what's going on with here? Like, why are we holding this bomb for so long?
That's a good question. I probably should be throwing it.
Yeah, especially since she already committed to going on the ground.
Yeah, that makes sense. If she's on the ground. Here, I've been told you want to always be opposite of Sheik. So if Sheik's on that top platform, this actually isn't a horrible position for Link, simply because Boomerang will reach up there, but it's a matter of situating yourself away from the needles, I suppose.
What I was thinking is you could just short hop the Boomerang. Because like right now, basically the way the needles fire in this position is they fire like kind of up, like downwards, right? Like at an angle. So they're kind of like firing at like probably like I think it's 45 degree. So if she's firing her needles like this, right? What I'm thinking is, and they fire kind of like in a volley, so there's like boom, boom, boom. I'm thinking like Link can just hop above that, like a little bit, like go to like short hop and then shoot the Boomerang like this way.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
I think that might be better disruption overall, just because like, while I get why we don't want to like go on the other side platform because she's just gonna like then hold them and shoot straight. I think that this gives us a better like angle to attack from, and then it also keeps us like I don't know. I just think it's like better than like shooting like directly up from here because I feel like this requires us to play more into her zone, and we want to avoid doing that if we can.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like it lets us be here basically. And still have the same effect because of like being here where it like attacks up into her, but like then we're also further back so we can like jump over like the longest needle and yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it's a small thing, but like against her you want to use everything you got.
Exactly. Oh yeah. Small things add up.
And the matchup does care about damage, right? So like it's yeah. So let's see here. So I'm also noticing I'm not seeing much down smash on her like landings and stuff. Like, you know, like when she comes down from like these so I'll give you an example. So she comes down from like a lot of these aerials. So you get like these hits, and then she kind of like this happens. And I'm just curious, like, do you think you would be able to like hit her with like put a down smash here potentially?
Potentially,
yeah.
Down smash is a frame 9 option.
Yeah, this
I don't know.
It's a bit of a call out. Like it is a call out, but I'm wondering if you can like sweep her basically.
Probably. There's a chance, yeah.
Okay.
I've definitely caught, even with like CC, caught some Sheiks with down smash. I think I don't think it's true per se, but it's definitely like if they try to do something leggier.
So let's see here. So this is good. Oh, okay. So this was a dash attack on the next one.
Dash attack.
So like think about it, because remember, like it hits above him, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see. Okay.
Because then you like you just keep going. You could also like fair here, but like I dash attack's better. Like it doesn't like because you're staying below her, it doesn't interact with her fair as much. Yeah, it's just this is just a dash. We just needed to do the thing and we didn't do the thing. The other thing you could do, if you find, let's see here. So you commit pretty hard to like this direction. The other thing you could do is instead of going like all the way this way, you could like up air in place and drift forward. Like so basically instead of like landing here, you land here. And the reason for that is that then you can like kind of walk over this way and stay under her, or like wave dash once over here and stay under her, and then up tilt.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I have access to up tilt then. Yeah.
Yeah, even from with where you are though, like if you just see that she's like above you like right away. Actually, no, she fell real fast after that. So no, we had to dash attack. Like with this position we had to dash attack.
Okay.
That one, I love the bomb pull here actually.
Let's see. Right there?
Yeah, because I think this works. We just had to like, I don't know why we got out of the way. I feel like we could have just thrown it up at her.
Oh, yeah.
Like here, we throw it up, or
throw it up.
Kind
I think
of.
if I didn't move, yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't move, I think that can get her, and then I think that we just get like a follow up. Moving out of the way doesn't seem bad though, because if you like throw it here. Like if you pivot and like if you smashed her and throw and hit her here, then I think it still gets her anyway.
Yeah.
Even missing's like not that bad here. Like this looks good. Like I like there's things that could be better, but like there's like the overall structure looks like really cleaned up.
It's again, a lot of these games were really close, but I just couldn't clutch them out. I won like 2 games out of all these games we played, so I was like, oh, I'm doing something that's either predictable or not quite cleaned up.
Could we like after that hits her, could we like do anything with that? Like could we like back air out of shield?
Oh, back air might work. Yeah, instead of roll. Yeah,
because like back air we like maybe hit her, like get an up tilt after, like we're good.
This is just stuff.
Honestly, like your positioning was good on those needles. Like that's hard. That's a hard edge guard. You already used your grapple, right?
I believe. Oh, did I? I think I was too low. I started. Oh, maybe I. Let's see. I did not use my grapple. I should have grappled, I think.
Yeah, because what I'm thinking is like you're doing a good job of smash DIing the needles as well, right? So it's not like you're very low. Like you're not like after that one you could have done it, I think.
Yeah.
Like air dodge here, snap.
Simple air dodge.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah,
so, like,
I guess I was in my head a little bit.
Is that something that you do that you know normally? I swear I've seen you do that against when Sheiks, when I've like just walked by at tournaments and stuff. Like that's a play, right?
Yes, yeah, I know the tether is the play. At times, I sometimes I get too in my head about it because I used to always just tether, and that's something that Sheik can really edgeguard with just grabbing the legend back air. But so I guess I was like getting too into trying to use up B, and it's more so it's not about not using tether, it's about switching between the two in a way that is less predictable. So I guess yes, yeah. I need to tether still.
Okay. So this is a common thing. We landed in a spot where Sheik can potentially like hit us. We should not be doing that. Like we should not be doing this when we're at 8.
Oh yeah.
So like, what could we do instead of like that? Like, let's say we have to do this near landing. Like, obviously, we don't want to like have to be forced to landing here. But, But if we are, and it will sometimes happen, what's something we could do here instead?
Okay, so here, like, I'm already in this situation where I've landed.
Yeah.
I guess roll back or roll. Looks like they're coming right at me. Roll behind them. I'm not sure. Spot dodge.
Spot dodge sounds great.
Yeah.
Spot dodge does something immediately. Like.
Yeah, that's fair.
Spot dodge makes you temporarily invincible, and like it's active. It defends you on 2. Like if you time it, it's on like manually, then it's on 2. If you don't, then it's on 3. So all things considered, like if you buffer it, it's on 3. So all things considered, like buffer spot dodge making you intangible on 3 is not bad. And because she's likely to go for something high reward, like something like dash grab, which has a lot of end lag, you get a reversal for doing it. So it's gambling, but we are also in a position where we're not. I don't think we can exactly be like beggars here.
Yeah, it's make the best of a bad situation.
So let's start. Let's kind of do this. So after we use spot dodge, what do you think the impact of spot? Let's say that you spot dodge a couple of these grabs. What do you think she's gonna start doing?
She'll put out a hitbox that is longer, maybe down smash. Or
she might. I mean, like I think there's a clean, especially if you're at 8. I think there's a cleaner solution.
Oh, she'll start shielding and like holding it and then waiting.
Yeah, she'll like wait for it.
Yeah.
So this beats immediate, like basically them trying to punish something that they can't. Because remember, you just landed with auto cancel nair, right? So like that's not like the opening that you're giving her is like particularly easy to true punish. So like, yeah. So the spot dodge is going to deal with immediate grab. So instead of immediate grab, they would have wait and grab. So if they do wait and grab, what do you do about that?
Maybe I could grab back, or
let's focus more on staying alive.
Okay. If they do wait and grab, I could either dash back or roll away, jump away with a bomb and pull bomb.
Yeah, roll, dash away, no dash back, no dash away. I'm gonna say not jump because jump-based actions are really slow on this character.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say that these are starting points. But yeah, like I'd say that these are like definitely our thing. So basically, this can be put under the bucket of retreat.
Mm-hmm.
And then what she might start doing is then chasing the retreats, in which case, like, she might start doing things like, oh, I don't know, running here and crouching, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because that would theoretically cover both. If she does stuff like that, then she's also like mentally like adding way more to her, like she's adding way more and more things to her mental stack. So then at that point, if she's kind of like how would I describe that? So it's like weight with bias kind of. Because like she's basically then trying to like cover like multiple options. Like she might like dash dance in this area, something like that. To try to get both of them. At that point, attacking is not bad. Like, in those kinds of situations, that's when, like, attacking is good. But you want to, like, kind of think, no, attack or jump. Because you want to do, like, something unexpected. If they're, like, if they're covering, like, the good options, like, all of them, lightly, then you want to start doing things that are, like, kind of unexpected. The other thing that you could consider doing, honestly, as well, is just, like, vary your spot dodge amount if they're like waiting in this kind of like scramble spot, because you know how you get into the spot dodge wars sometimes, right?
Yes.
So like in choosing to engage, like kind of like pull Sheik into that is not the worst idea ever. You could also go like spot dodge roll. Like you've got a lot of different things that you can do here, even though like this is a deceptively simple situation, but there's actually quite a few options going on here. The only thing you don't want to do is just give her this at like at 8 without really fighting for it, like because you had it, you did it right there. Like after you get out, like look at what you do.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, the spot dodge. Yeah.
Because it's like and now we have more options for like backing it up, but yeah. So let's talk about these spots. So after these follow-ups, I noticed. So you get this forward smash, you get this, you pop her up, you get this nair. What would happen if you, instead of like pulling the bomb, you just fell off the platform here? And
I could probably fall off and do a nair, or
fair maybe.
Fair might do it. Fair's a little slow. I think it's 14 frames.
Yeah, but you're also she's also airborne. She's also airborne and chic, and you're like aligned well. You've got the sword. Like I think it could work.
I can see it. It might come out. Yeah.
The bigger thing here is just like not that it might not. It like. The reason I'm suggesting fair is more because like it's a sword move that like because air to air is decided mainly by just like disjointedness. You're basically swinging a sword move on a character who can't really move all that much side to side in the air.
Okay, that makes sense.
So like we're just kind of pressuring her. Now the nair still might be better because the nair leads to more stuff. But I think that like what I'm noticing here is we need to trust our moves. We need to trust our hitboxes a little more. Like...
Fair enough, yeah.
This is good.
This worked out. That was, I think, textbook edge guard. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say like maybe we could have babysat her better, but like at the same time she's at kill %, so we don't really need to make it more complicated than it is. Because yeah, like all we have to do is hit her with the dare. You hit her with the dare. Yeah, the play was fine. The play was good. But like I would say, yeah, that's very, very textbook. For kill %, that's definitely textbook.
Yeah.
So why are we narrowing back in so aggressively?
Yes, yeah, that's a bad habit.
Okay, so what could we do instead?
Even take ledge or just close to ledge would be probably better than this.
So my question here is like, so one thing I'm wondering here is why are we even jumping?
Yeah, shouldn't be jumping either. Save the double jump. And just land. Yeah.
Yeah, like if we just land here, like if we just shake out of tumble. There could be reasons to double jump. Like if we double jump, we can pull the bomb more safely, especially on this wave dash back. Like that's like we could double jump back, like pull bomb, grab edge, have invincibility coming up with bomb. That's not bad. Like we have things. The problem is this Nair just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't contribute to our game plan of like trying to like set, like at this point we probably want like bomb into something, right? Like that's the main opening we're playing for. Okay, cool. And then the nice to haves are like we shield her forward tilt and like grab her, something like that. We get under her, like she goes for a bad fair and we like up tilt her.
Yeah.
Those are okay, that kind of thing. Cool. So yeah, this just doesn't really play to any of the things that like we want. Does that actually work?
Does the duck?
Yeah, does like down tilt just duck shield grab?
Yes, well, I think it's the initial duck that happens, and you'll notice that the down tilt ends, and then it goes back into Sheik just doing crouch, and the crouch definitely ducks it. So, like, then crouch. And it should go to crouch. You can see her crouch.
Do we have to be this? Like...
I think so. And then it's, like, a bad grab, so 10 frames. Oh, no, that was just down tilt. Never mind.
Yeah,
I guess...
I think we have to just... So one of the things that, like, Sheik does a lot is when she's doing those down tilts, she's just kind of, like, hoping that you're going to do something silly after them. Because she doesn't really, like, come forward all that well in this spot. So I would say just wave dash back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, it's not terribly exciting. But the cool thing is if she does, like, stand up to, like, walk forward, or if she wave dashes forward to try to chase you, then you're, like, grabbing stuff actually hit her. So wave dashing back is very good there.
Yes, yeah.
Nice. I think we're still shielding way too much when she's coming forward.
Yeah.
Like, so what do we get from shielding here?
Not much.
Like, compared to, like, what if we just stayed mobile? Like, so we, like, what if we just kept dashing, you know? Because we'd still be able to throw the bomb at her, but we wouldn't trade because, yeah. And I feel like us shielding there just kind of tells her, like, crouch here, and we can't hit you with the bomb. Like, we're just, like, artificially, like, making ourselves, like, less effective at, like, hitting her if we want to hit her with the bomb.
Yes, yeah. That arrow was a mistake. Arrow is almost always a mistake.
I feel like we could have done something after this nair.
Probably up tilt. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking up tilt or grab, like, because we know that she's gonna, like, land from the nair, right? Like, it doesn't have enough lift for her to really want to double jump. Yeah, I think up tilt here.
Yeah, and I like up tilt because it accomplishes, and I should use it more, because it accomplishes what Link's grabs do, but without, like, the risk.
True. Yeah, no. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. So we up tilt here. She probably, like, do we ever turn around up tilt? Like, is the trajectory? The trajectory has a slight slant, right?
It's actually far more disjointed behind. So turnaround up tilt is usually what you want to go for. But in that situation where you're already comboing her, I'd say probably just regular forward facing up tilt will be fine because it's frame 9 then.
No, I get that. I'm just saying that, like, some up tilts, like, say, like, so as an example, Ness's up air hits forward and up, right? So a lot of times I intentionally reverse the hitbox by, like, hitting on the other side of it. I see. So, like, with that, maybe we can get, like, up tilt into a better follow-up, and I'm just wondering if that's, like, a thing, but that's okay.
I don't know. I actually don't know if it's a thing. I feel like it's... I feel like it's still so DI dependent that it doesn't do a whole lot, but I could be totally wrong.
Well, if it's DI dependent, then that's the type of move you want to do that against, because like it helps you manipulate their DI.
Yeah. Okay.
Because like think about it, right? Like so Ness's up air. It's like Falco's Shine. Like if you DI out away, you go pretty far, but that can be you go up and forward, and that can be advantageous to like depending on what you're trying to do. Wow, that was a long edge guard. So how does all this happen? Let's see here.
I think I needed to do tether earlier. I did tether at a point where I was already way too low.
So we have that nair that we taught. Like we have this. Okay, so we're getting chain grab. We're getting dash attacked. Okay. So talk to me about that. About this, like, because you hit the platform. Were you trying to tech earlier, or was this like intentional, or like what happens here?
No, that was a mistake. I think I meant to tech the platform, but I just didn't get the timing. I hit it too soon or too late, or.
Worth noting, you still have your double jump.
Okay.
So, moving on from like the launch that put you here, why are we going for this dare this early?
That's a good question. Yeah.
Because like
I think I was. Yeah.
No. Explain.
I think I was probably trying to. I don't know if I do here, but I was probably trying to drift and then ledge cancel it. Yeah.
That makes sense. I guess, but the thing is like, because of how high up you are, it's like it's very, very clear you're trying to do that. You know, because like if I see a Link moving like this, like. Yeah, you just wait for him to hit the platform, and the thing is, it doesn't fundamentally change how Sheik answers that situation, because she's not like trying to like grab his landing. She would just anti-air him because he's hitting the surface of like the edge of an airborne surface. So, one thing I might want to consider here is, what do you think would have happened? Like, what do you think would happen if you just didn't commit to the down air? Like, what if you just wait when you're falling?
I could probably have made it to platform then, maybe? Or Sheik might have tried to contest me in the air still. Maybe done an up air or even fair.
Yeah, but then your double jump is small, right? So you could potentially, like, at that point, like, go around her, like, aerial, and then down air her as a revenge kill.
And then down air. Okay, that makes sense. So then almost treat the double jump like it's a spot dodge almost in the air. Almost like a tech chase in the air, kind of, I guess. I don't know.
It's kind of like, you know know what it is? It's really just like, it's kind of like a little bit of like a movement back. You're doing like a little bit, like a small movement away from them. Ganondorfs and Falcons do this all the time with their stomps. Like, I think you've seen that. You've surely seen that before. So because Link has a small double jump too. So like, I would try to like think about ways that you can like time your fast fall, time your time your fast fall / not fast fall, use your drift, and then just like very carefully like see if you can bait them into coming up, and then double jump around them and like counter hit them. And if they don't bite, they don't bite. Like, because then the cool thing here is, if they decide that you coming fast falling down or whatever is scary enough because you could be down airing to like not engage with you, then they're not engaging with you. When you're in disadvantage state, so that's like very good for you. Yeah, I think that we're like jumping the gun in like I think when we're in bad spots, we're jumping the gun a lot. That's the impression I get.
Okay.
So talk to me about this buffer roll. I agree with it, especially after your shield gets tagged. What are we supposed to do? What do we do after it?
Well, she was really actionable, so I think maybe either spot dodge or I tried to jump. Spot dodge or even jab will stuff probably her approach to a certain degree.
I would agree with both of those. So what we have here is we're not picking options that are quite active enough for like the situation we're in. So I think that like just knowing that it's spot dodge and jab is usually what we're doing, like if we're coming out of scrambles. Like that, I think that will be a good starting point for establishing some defense and forcing her to play around these spots where you're not actually like killable yet.
Oh, okay.
So this down air is weirdly enough a really good example, like this one here with the full hop that you do. This is basically like see how we're just like barely going above her like back air. This is kind of like what we're trying to do with our double jump when we're coming out of disadvantage.
You can kind of condition for that too, I think, because if Sheiks don't do that back air like that, where it fades away, then they get up B'd. If they decide to go above the platform like that with their aerials. So that's really good to like posit the threat of up B in those situations so that they do that, and then you can do the full hop like I did there, if that makes sense.
And then this one here, so we get this bomb into boomerang. Or actually, how does this happen? So we get this thing. Oh.
Then the boomerang.
Gotcha. And I think the boomerang kind of messed this up because it kind of like kept the Sheik closer to us, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, the return boomerang can be a pain sometimes.
Yeah, because we also have that wake-up spot there with the jab. So, like, this is something you do, just not, like, in the spots where we need to all the time. I think we also waited too long.
Yeah.
Because we could have pulled the bomb here.
Oh, yeah, there's a ton of frames there where I'm just not moving. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that, like, what we have going on here is, like, you're trying to make up your mind on, like, what you want to do. And, like, we just took too long. I think as a general rule of thumb, if you hit this and you see something weird happen and you're not sure what to do, just, like, re-up your setup. Because, like, it's the safest thing you can do.
Yes. Especially with, like, if I know the boomerang is going to be returning, I might as well pull another bomb, because if the boomerang hits, I get another bomb. Like, I get to, like, throw another bomb immediately. So...
The other thing here is, like, so looking at these jumps, remember, your jump is kind of slow, so I would almost always be, like, looking to short hop here.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Because the other thing is because your double jump is small, you can always, like, if they double jump or move to the side or whatever, or you need to make adjustments, you can always use your double jump for those, like, little adjustments. But once you commit to the full hop and you have to, like, go for the up air like this, there's no way to, like, fix it if you're, like, wrong, if you're off by a bit or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that's... Are you doing this with the A button, or are you doing this with the C stick?
I believe I do it with the A button.
I would probably recommend trying to do your up airs with C stick.
That's fair, understandable.
Yeah, because it gives you way more control over your drift, especially if you're doing. Because like I notice you're not moving forward much, right? So which is why I thought that. But yeah, I would strongly. In fact, if there's one thing that we do, like I would say your down air, your forward air, especially if you're doing retreat ones, and your up airs, I would make a point to try to do those with C-Stick.
Yes, I do retreating fair with C-Stick because you can't really do it any other way, right? But I
mean, you can, but it's like never as good.
Yes, yeah, fair enough. But yeah, it's weird. I situationally do one or the other, and sometimes I think it's because I use Y, and so what I do is like I just keep holding up, and then I'll hit Y, and then like just use the base of my thumb to hit A for up airs and things when I do that. So that's a bad habit, I guess, that I need to get out of.
I mean, like, it's not really so much of like a bad habit or whatever. Like, it's just because I can control, like having like using a grip or something and having it. I get it, but at the same time, like I think that with rising aerials, it makes a lot of sense to use the A button because going from Y all the way down to the C stick is a lot of travel time. So on those, I kind of get it. But if you're going to be delaying the aerial anyway, like I think that like if you're delaying the aerial, we're already making a decision that speed is not the most important thing. It's form. So if form matters more than speed, then like let's actually just commit to that, right? Yeah. So that could actually be something like that worthwhile. Like I know that you said like last time we didn't really do any like live coaching, but like this might not be a bad thing to start with in my opinion, because I think that this is the type of skill where it'll give us better data in the matches to work on your sharking. What do you think? Are you down to like fight someone ranked for me, or do you have a different idea for what you'd like to do?
I can try and do some unranked, sure.
Yeah, so let me give you my spectator code.
Of course.
And have you broadcasted have you broadcasted before?
We did last time. Let me just
Yes.
see.
Perfect.
Spectate. Start broadcast.
Let me just double check.
I'm just putting it in right now. There we are. Confirm.
Do you have the game running?
Oh, let me run the game. That'll help. And start broadcast. Confirm.
I wonder how many people. I wonder how many coaches would have like picked up like the A button thing.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like, geez, that was like, because like I know I do that A in those situations, so that's really cool that you actually picked up on that. Okay, let's see here. Unranked, I suppose.
Yep, unranked is fine.
And I'm locked in.
Perfect.
Ranked?
No, unranked is fine.
Oh, okay.
We're learning a new like technique basically. So like it's not or like a new way to do a technique. So we don't have to like the whole point of this is that we need a space where it's okay to make mistakes and where that's conducive for learning. So ranked isn't really the ideal for that.
Okay, yeah. All right. They well,
they weren't about it.
No, that's understandable.
Yeah, they're playing ice climbers. See how much better that was than like the jabs? Like
yes. Oh. Okay. Oh, that was bad. Yep.
That's okay. So this guy is like this is a pretty aggressive puff from what I've seen. Like he's looking like he's a very fishing puff. Like, see what I mean? Like, he's going for, like, a lot of the cheese setups. Like, that Nair can potentially rest you if you're, like, don't defend well. He feels like he wants to do, like, get, like, his power hits on us that aren't his back air. So, yeah, we just want to, like, we have less of a poking dynamic.
Less of a poking dynamic. Okay. Oh, that was a misinput.
It's okay. Now he's, like, kind of, like, playing above us a lot or, like, moving to the side. So, yeah, we'll just, like, hit him away. Nice.
Thank you.
Was that a Q drop?
What's a Q drop?
Some Peach shit. I don't know.
No, that was just a Z drop.
Okay, cool. There's so many drops now, I'm just like, God, it's like I'm playing a gacha game.
I know.
So are you using up airs on these? And there's C-stick on these?
I'm trying a little bit.
I can tell. You're getting more drift.
Perfect.
Like, way more drift. It looks like you're looking way more mobile. I don't know how you feel, but...
I do. No, I definitely do.
Like, look how well you got under here.
Yes, actually, it's a totally different matchup, it feels like.
Yeah, it's like life-changing.
Oh my god, it is! I feel like I have a Marth up air now.
Well, it's more like you have a Marth jump now.
Yes. Yeah, that was A. I still do it instinctually.
Well, that one was different, because you had to instant, like, double jump for that one, so, like, I kind of get it. Oh, they weren't having it.
No, okay. Fair enough.
Honestly, but, when you get, like, stabbed, like, 11,000 times by Link, I get it. Like,
Link is not a fun character to verse, but he's very fun to play.
I disagree. I think that, like, I think that people hate on Link. Like, I hated on Link, but then I, like, played you more, and then I, like, learned how to, like, keep track of the projectiles, and now I'm like, oh, this is pretty fun.
It's matchup dependent, too, I think, and I guess, I'm sure, yeah, as long as you're keeping track of the projectiles. I'm just searching here again.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
But I also think Link Ness is not, like, again, not horrible for Ness, weirdly enough. It's like it feels rougher for, like, some characters who just can't deal with, like, his projectiles, but I feel like Ness's, like, ability to maneuver in the air is so, like, good against bombs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you ever double jump to the side when you're pulling bombs?
Double jump to the side? I don't.
Yeah, because like you can double jump to the, like you can double jump to the side and then quarter circle. It's kind of like a quarter circle basically. But you can,
okay.
Yeah, you can jump to like a side and then pull your bomb.
Okay.
Which then allows you to be more mobile when you're doing them.
Oh.
I like how you how you did that mix up.
Oh, which?
The like forward smash into down tilt. That was really smart.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because I was like, you can't forward smash, otherwise she'll kill you. You can't forward smash second hit, because you'll kill her. But she knows that, so like she has to wait too. So what is he gonna do with this? And then you down tilt. I was like, oh, that's perfect. That's actually just perfect.
It works.
No, but it makes perfect sense. Like, it's just like, okay, yeah, like, you're both playing chicken, she has to wait out the duration of the, like, window, and then you have to do something after that to, like, that uses that. So, what do you do? And it's like, okay, a powerful low that catches the wave dash if she did it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Try, like, double jumping to the... Like, when you do your double jump bomb pulls, try dumping, like, to the side if you're in the middle of the stage so you get to the platform.
Okay. Oh. Sorry, double jump to the side platforms, like the instant double jump, or?
Yeah, like, so, like, when so you jump and then double jump to, like, pull bombs sometimes. I'm just saying that you can, like, double jump to a side, like, left or right, and then pull the bomb by like, moving the stick down. Like, you can go side down, basically.
Oh, like, okay. I see.
Yeah, like that, exactly. Because, like, what I think with you is, it's like, you just don't know the full... Your character is a lot more mobile. Like, every character is a lot more mobile than, yeah. Like, we need to push your range of motion more.
Yeah. Make him look fast if he's not actually fast.
More maneuverable. Like, because, again, his air mobility is not bad. Like, it's just, like, his certain key stats are, like, not ideal. But, like, he's got mobility in some things. So we want to play to that.
Yeah.
Up tilt, yep.
That should kill, yeah. Okay, okay.
No, we did the math. 140. Like, we knew.
Well, that bomb's not coming down.
Nice. Okay, they call this out there. Good for them.
Ah, wait, that got me. Okay.
We can fight them again. I mean, like, the main thing
Oh,
here...
they quit.
Okay. The main thing, though, is, like, we want to be using our up air. Like, doing our up air with C-stick as much as possible so we can get used to that. Because, yeah, as you can see, like, the range of motion you have available with it is, like, so much better with it.
I'm not holding up all the time, then, and it's actually... It's probably better in case I get hit, too. I imagine there'd be some slight DI at least there. Automatically there, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
I mean, you can. Like, that's the whole point. Like, because we're not committing our direction, like our control stick direction, we can have different DI inputs at the ready. Like, yeah, we're not bound to, like, the reason I don't like aerialing with A if I can help it. And on rising aerials, I get it, because you have to do them, like, there's an efficiency requirement there. But, like, if there isn't, then yeah, why not go for, like, the best things you can do? Like, why not take every advantage the game gives you? Especially with, like, Link and Ness.
Yeah, understandable.
This matchup looks, like, weird, but, like, not bad, if that makes sense.
It's not horrible. It helps that the reflector isn't actually, like, great.
Yeah. So let's think about how we can open this guy up better. It doesn't really matter. I think that we're going into our shield a little bit too much still. Like, I think I'd be looking to jab after a lot of these, like, aerials and stuff, like, instead of going for shield. Because a lot of times he's, like, coming into, like, from the air after, right? So then we can just, like, swat
like there.
him. Yeah. The dash attack, once he gets to, like, 40, seems to be pretty baller. Oh, you did the platform boarding thing. With the dare auto cancel. That's sick.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I do that with. I've been playing Falco more. I think I might start like dual maining or something. Falco's so fun.
He's a lot of fun. I play him too. Actually, like if there were like a top tier character that I had to play, it'd be Falco.
Yeah, he's just sick. Like everything he does is so cool. Like he has the capacity to be really lame, but like you don't have to at all. And I like that about him. See, see how, like, once we put ourselves into our shield, we, like, lose all our maneuverability, and we kind of get stuck in these footsies?
Yes. Yes, yeah.
So, like, this is what I mean. Like, we want to make sure we're, like, doing that as little as possible. Because, like, yeah, we don't want to hang ourselves by, like, limiting our options. I would grab after that if he's gonna reflect the bomb and like let it explode in front of him. Let's grab him.
Yes. Okay.
Or maybe we can like fair him after. Like I think that like we need something to do like after he capes.
Yes. Ooh.
Yeah, right now we're just like having trouble getting him into the air. Where we dominate. So we need to like figure out how to hit him and then how to convert that into the air.
Oh, yeah.
Could we like Z drop the bomb and then just like fair him?
No, we can if I can do it.
Well, maybe we just don't use the bomb as much in this one. Like, we don't have, like, if it's costing us, we could just fight him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, why don't we try doing that?
Yeah, I will give that a go, actually. Okay, that worked out.
Yeah, but we're gonna stick to the plan of, I think, fighting him.
Yeah.
Hopefully he gives us another game.
I'll give one more. We're running out of time, so...
That's all good. Yeah, I think that this is going, like, this feels better. Like, at least in some ways. I think we still need to figure out how to, like, turn this into damage, but, like, this doesn't feel bad.
No, it's definitely not as bad as it could be. So
how do we, like, turn, like, hitting fair and nair and stuff into, like, actual damage? I think we have to, like, figure out how to turn those into up tilt. Like, how to convert those into up tilts or, like, grabs or something. You can just nair the pills.
Right. Yeah, there we go. Oof.
Yeah, we're fine.
Oh no.
Okay, never mind. I take it all back.
Yeah, my bad. Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like that seems pretty good. Like nearing through it and hitting him after.
Yes. I do have a habit of pulling bombs, though, so I need to...
Yeah. I imagine this feels like really uncomfortable, but like honestly, like I think that the just like playing Murder with being a sword character is like it looks pretty good. It just like we'd have to be more comfortable with it. But the actual like game plan doesn't seem so bad.
No, no. Doc, in theory, shouldn't be horrible for Link, I think, but... This person, I think, is also just better than me. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm not evaluating the matchup based off like this guy. It's just like more just looking at how the interactions look, and it's like, yeah, it doesn't look like the dynamic seems okay, but he's just like, yeah, he's winning the mix-ups and stuff.
Oh no. Okay, good games.
So one thing I notice,
Mm-hmm.
you're afraid to you don't like grabbing the landing lags, like their landing lag when they're coming out of disadvantage state, like when they're like falling from free fall after you've been juggling them. You don't like grabbing them.
Yeah. I know about it, but I'm not very confident in it, I guess. I know it's good, and I know like there's like even like an Uncle Punch setup recording to practice grabbing Marth's landing leg and stuff like that for Link.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that's something I need to hit up actually.
Yeah, I would say because that's like a big hole of that. I think that's why you're more comfortable, generally speaking, with like your fast faller punish looks so improved, but your mid faller and like floaty punish looks like it looks improved. Like it definitely looks better, but I feel like a big part of those matchups is after you drop the initial like juggle state, because they've got good air mobility, they've got hang time, they usually have like a couple a utility special or two that like helps them get down. Once you've kind of like navigated past all that, and they've got like, you know, they're like landing, a big part of like how you extend punishes in those matchups is getting the pickup on the landing lag mix up. And if you're never if you're never representing grab, then like that's a big, especially if you're representing all the things that make them want to grab, because like you've got bombs going their way, you're doing a B, you're doing down smash, you're doing up tilt, like, you know what I mean? Like you're doing all these things that like require that require shield as an answer, and we're not representing grab. So like, yeah, I would say that like, so for key takeaways, like I would say one of the big ones that I'm noticing here, continue to implement C-stick aerials, bracket especially up air in matches, mainly on delayed / non-instant aerial. So aside from that one, I would also say double jump to side into bomb pull. Yeah, for mobility when working on fighting on stage. Fighting on stage, yeah. And then the last one, I would say like the big one, using grab for punishing landing lag. Landing lag when the opponent comes out of juggle state. So one thing. Yeah. So Link's grab hits on what, 10?
Yes, comes out frame 10.
Cool. And like how long, like roughly, and it travels outwards on those like frames, right? Like it just kind of like stretches out.
Yeah, it travels for quite a while, and then yes, I guess the part of the reason I don't do it is because, and I never thought of this until now, but like it doesn't grab airborne opponents, right? But it doesn't matter in this situation because they're landing, and you're grabbing the landing leg, not the aerial opponent.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. Like, well, most grabs are being done on landing lag. Like, generally speaking, you are trying to aim for that. It's just that, like, you know, depending on the character, they might land quickly and go back into the air. But you have one big advantage of being the character on the ground in this spot, because we're, like, specifically aiming to do this, like, as they're, like, trying to escape juggle state, you've also set up the threats and the terms of that landing, because you've been harassing them. You probably might have forced them to use their double jump. You've got a sword, so you have the threat of just potentially out prioritizing them if they try to compete with you directly. So you have a lot of really powerful things going on for you in this situation, and because of that, I think it's pretty understandable for somebody to shield on landing versus you, because especially if you've been using things like dash attack, you've been using things like down smash, you've been using things like up B, you've been using things like, you know what I mean? You've got all these you've got all these threats, and they're the ones you tend to gravitate towards. So what all this does is it makes it really clear when you have to do your grab, and it also A, it makes it clear when you're supposed to do your grab, and B, it creates conditionings for the spots where you're slightly off, but they have the opportunity to defend themselves in some way, but they don't, or at least not properly, because they think that something else is coming, and then they get grabbed. It happens all the time. It happens a lot in tons of matchups, where the person trying to punish the landing is late, but because of the thing that the defender is doing, it doesn't the play still works because it also covers that option. And and I get it, grab is risky, but it's also the only thing that directly answers shield and crouch. So we kind of just have to do it sometimes.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I know that today was a little bit different. There's not quite as many takeaways, but I think that the ones we have are a good batch of things for helping us really just kind of flesh out the things we worked on previously, so that you get more bang for your buck in the other matchups. And I think that a lot of these will also help versus Fox. I can only imagine that versus fast fallers, having more control over how you up air will probably give you much better combos anyway. Is there anything else you want to add, or do you think this is good for now?
I think this is good. There was actually one little thing I wanted to run by you
Sure.
with regard to Fox and Falco.
Yeah.
If you've got time.
Totally fine. We're good. What do you want to know?
Okay. So I noticed that especially in our games and other Foxes and Falcos games, one of the few things Link has when he's getting shield pressured is to roll. But you and others were reading, or not even reading, I think reacting to the roll because it's got a lot of frames, right? And then just continuing the pressure. I was wondering if it was worth it, because it kind of was working. I remember, I think Armada showed that if you buffer jump against Fox's drill, then you get hit and you get sent further away because you're airborne. And he specifically showed that even Link could do this because of the bad jump squat. But and then you're actionable before him. So I've been doing that, but I've noticed that I've been just jumping out of a lot of Fox's drills before the shine comes out. So is it worth it to just buffer jump sometimes, either after the shine for Falco or before the dare, or during the dare for Fox, to just get out of a situation? I imagine that would be sparingly. That would be okay.
Absolutely, it's worth it. So the one thing I'd caution is that, again, Link's frame data is not quite as good as some other characters. So depending on how perfect the Fox is, or how well executed the follow up is from the Space Animal side, it might not work. But doing more the reality is that not every single aerial shine rep on a shield is going to be frame perfect at full damage, etc., etc., etc. It's just not. So I think that if you have an option that works some of the time when it's perfect, and requires it works some of the time when the opponent is absolutely perfect, and otherwise if they play around it specifically, position right dead center on the shield, lowest aerial, all that crap, lowest aerial into lowest aerial shine, highest aerial, if they do things like that, it stuffs it. I think it's still worth doing, just because it makes them either have to do that or you get out some of the time.
Yeah, and I feel that some of the time is more consistent for the person buffering the jump, because that is a consistent, it's always going to happen on the same frame if you're doing it, if you're just holding C stick up in the shield, right? And then
the cool thing there is not only can you hold C stick up in the shield, because you've freed up your control stick, you can also do things like shield DI with the control stick, right? So and that also gives you the ability to do directional jumps. So you can jump away from the Space Animal, That can be big. That can be the difference maker. So I would say that like exploring your buffer jump as a way out of like certain pressure swings, it makes a ton of sense. Yeah, I would go for it, because worst case scenario, you find out that it's like not like worst case scenario, you find out that it doesn't work as well as you thought, but you still find out when it works, and that is still valuable.
Yes, yeah. It's been surprising how well it's been working against even top-level foxes that I've faced, like where I just get out of the situation. I remember at the come-up I did it when I was versing hacks, and almost every time he drilled my shield, not every time, but like a lot of the time when he drilled my shield, I was buffering that C up, and I just full hop. I was expecting to get hit by the shine, but I would just full hop out of the situation.
Well, I mean, I think that what that is a great demonstration of is how the frame data of like that the frame data calculations in this game tend to be done in a way where they're like optimized just because they create like a floor, right? Like, or a ceiling. Like they're like, this is the best it can ever be. But it's important to remember that like when we're actually fighting, like, you know, we're not always going to be doing things perfectly, and we're also not going to always have our moves at full damage. So those calculations are a good reference point, but they don't give the full story. So if you're finding it's working in practice, and it and the data is like, yeah, it might be able to stuff this, but like everything like the stars have to have aligned for it, then like like that to me is a thing that is absolutely worth exploring.
Yeah, it's actually interesting because I think you found the one way that I noticed that beats it, at least consistently, which is to do like double shines. And it's like, okay, that got me last session. I was like, oh, you've already figured it out.
Yeah, but, I noticed those. I was this guy's sneaky. All right, that's fine.
I noticed. I was like, oh, you got it, you got me.
But the thing is, the second shine requires me to either waveland or the next rep is slower. So it actually means that the next roll is more likely to work. So we're still creating conditions for a mix-up to work in the future by having that powerful option. So even then, it's not all for naught.
It makes it more in depth or deeper than just rolling all the time.
Yeah.
Which makes it more fun, in my opinion. But,
well, yeah, and like think of it this way: if I wave shine, like if I shine and wave dash to where you're gonna roll, because that's the hardest, like that's the heaviest punish I can possibly do on your roll, right? Like it's to move to where you're gonna go and then shine you, or like his fox up smash or whatever. Well, if you buffer jump, then like at the very least you have a 50-50, because if I wave shine to like hit that, then your buffer jump gets you out of there. And if I cover the double jump with like the early aerial or the double shine, then like I can't get the roll. So either way, like you're creating options for yourself, and that's really key.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I just wanted to check and see if it was more worthwhile doing that and then being in the air. I think it is. It's better to be in the air with your double jump than being shield pressured as Link. So
it is better to be able to do your good moves. Yes.
Makes sense. Alrighty.
So I think
thank you so much.
No problem. Take care. Keep up the great work, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Sounds good. See you later.